Hi everyone, and welcome back to our channel, or welcome to our channel if you're new. For today's video, we'll be showing you how to make these delicious sweet potato cheesy balls. Now, these look in some sort of way like a pumpkin, so that's why we plated it the way we did, but these are really great, especially for kids. They pull apart and they're so cheesy and they're just delicious. So if you'd like to see how to make this, then please keep on watching. So the following are the ingredients you'll need. So first you'll need 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of parsley flakes, 1 cup of shredded cheese, half a cup of breadcrumbs, half a teaspoon of allspice, half a teaspoon of basil, half a teaspoon of onion powder, and half a cup of flour. And lastly, of course, you're going to need 2 sweet potatoes for this recipe. Also, I will be linking everything I just mentioned in the description box below. So you'll first need to add 1 teaspoon of salt to boiling water, and while that is boiling and heating up even more, you're going to take your sweet potatoes and you're going to start cutting them into sections. So we're going to cut ours in half, and then we're going to cut it in another section for each one. And this is just going to make it easier for the sweet potatoes to cook. And it really doesn't matter what shapes or sizes they're really in, mainly because we are just going to mash them up anyways once they're finished boiling. So now you're going to add in your sweet potatoes straight into the boiling water, and you want this to boil for about 15 to 20 minutes approximately. You want to make sure that you're monitoring it because we don't want them to overcook. You don't want them to get too soft because remember we are putting these to fry afterwards, so you want them to be about half boiled. Once these are done for about 15 to 20 minutes and they're half boiled, you're going to take them out and put them into a tray so that you can mash them up and turn them almost into mashed potatoes. So now you're going to take a masher and you're just going to mash these like as if you're mashing mashed potatoes, like I said earlier. And we're just going to mash these down and make sure that all of it is very much minced up to the point where it becomes a paste. Now we are just adding in all of the seasoning that we mentioned earlier on in the video, and you're just going to add this and mix this in very well before we add in any other ingredients. And now we're going to add in our breadcrumbs, and what the breadcrumbs will do is that it's going to act as a really good layer for the sweet potato balls so that the cheese inside won't melt through, and that when they're frying it really holds up together and doesn't break apart while it's cooking. So what we're going to do now is that we're adding some flour onto a plate, and then we're going to start rolling our sweet potato balls into balls. So you're just going to have clean hands and just roll this into a ball as if you're making meatballs. It's very similar to that type of recipe. So you're just going to add this straight onto the flour, and then you're going to repeat this for all of the seasoning you have. Now you're going to make some room for the mozzarella or any type of cheese that you're using to go inside the middle. So you're just going to take your finger and poke a hole straight into the middle for each one of these. And this is just going to make a nice hole so that you could stuff it with the cheese that we have. Now we are stuffing each one of them with some mozzarella cheese. So you're just going to take a little pinch of cheese, or as much as you'd like to put inside, but you want to make sure that you have enough that it's not going to stretch the sweet potato too much and not allow it to close. So we're just putting a small amount in the middle, and then we are going to close it right after. Now we're going to take some flour and we're going to put this onto our hands, and then we're going to start using our method to close this up. Now what we did was we pushed down all of the mozzarella, and then we just pulled the sweet potato mix on top, and this is just going to make sure that all of the mozzarella is really packed in there and that there's a little layer of sweet potato on top, but just enough so that it's covered and it won't leak through. And you're just going to repeat this with every single sweet potato ball that you have, and then you're going to coat it in flour so that it's ready to fry. So now you're just going to have a frying pan with some oil in it, just so that we're deep frying this. And then you're going to add them straight in. And what you want to do is you want to keep a close eye on these because they cook very, very quickly because they're already cooked. So we're just pretty much just heating it up and getting that nice crispy coating on the outside when we're frying it. So you're going to want to fry these for about 2 minutes on each side. Maybe even a minute, depending on if you start seeing it turn very brown on the rim. You're going to want to keep turning them until they are golden brown. And now that they are crispy and golden brown, you're going to take them out of the fryer and you're just going to put them in a bowl with some paper towel on it just to soak up some of that excess grease and oil. So we are just going to plate this and we'll be right back. And this is the final result. So as you can see on your right hand corner, you can see what it looks like when you cut one open. It's very delicious, very good. And it also looks like pumpkin, so it's really festive for this time of year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment down below if you've tried this or anything else from our channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos every week. And as always, have a fantastic week. Thanks for watching.